The sandwich apocalypse. Maggie was on the verge of a full mental breakdown. Her mother-in-law, Linda, a woman who could spot a single fingerprint on a baseboard from across a county line, was coming to visit. Maggie had been cleaning for 3 days straight. She'd mopped the ceilings. She'd polished the plants. She had personally vacuumed the dog. Meow. Everything had to be perfect. There was only one small, raging problem. Her toddler, Ollie. Ollie lived to destroy. He trailed behind her like a tiny, sticky hurricane, leaving behind crushed crackers, unidentified fluids, and sometimes, only God knew how, a live frog in the laundry basket. But by the time Linda's car crunched into the driveway, Maggie had achieved what she thought was impossible. The house was spotless. It smelled like fake lavender and raw terror. Linda floated in, wearing her usual expression of mild disappointment and suspicion. Her eyes scanned the room like a prison warden checking for contraband. "So nice," she said in a voice that implied, "for someone like you." Maggie smiled so hard she almost pulled a muscle. They all sat on the living room floor, playing with Ollie's toys, pretending to be normal. And then, a rubber duck bounced off Linda's hair. Maggie's soul briefly left her body and rolled under the couch. "I got it," said Dan, Maggie's loving but catastrophically dense husband. He reached under the couch. There was a pause, a horrifying pause. Dan's hand emerged, clutching something so foul, so offensively wrong, it might have been illegal to look directly at it. It was a ham sandwich, or, more accurately, the ghost of a ham sandwich, now reborn as a fuzzy green monster with a stench that punched you in the throat. Everyone stared. Dan, clearly operating with half a brain cell, waved it around and said, "Babe, have you ever cleaned under here?" Maggie could have killed him, with her mind, on the spot. Linda recoiled, covering her nose like she was about to faint. Ollie, delighted, began chanting, "Stinky! Stinky!" The rest of the visit went downhill. Linda sniffed audibly every 10 minutes. Maggie contemplated setting the entire house on fire and moving to another country. Finally, mercifully, it was over. Linda pulled on her coat. She paused dramatically at the door, giving Maggie a look like she was deciding whether to call Child Protective Services. Then, in a shocking twist, she leaned in close and whispered, "When Dan was 3, I found a dried-up turd under his bed. I thought it was a chocolate bar at first." She gave Maggie a sly wink and strutted out the door like a queen who had just dropped the mic. Maggie stood there in stunned silence, feeling a deep, powerful peace descend upon her soul. Until Dan said behind her, "Babe, seriously though, how long was that sandwich under there?" She picked up a plastic dinosaur and hurled it at his head.